Top 3 minerals every arthritis sufferer needs to know for natural pain and inflammation relief. Have you ever stood up from your chair and felt like your joints were made of rusted metal? Or do your mornings begin with stiffness, making simple movements feel like a chore? If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Millions of people over the age of 50 quietly live with daily joint pain, stiffness, and inflammation, thinking it's just part of getting older. But what if I told you that the real issue might not be your age, but what your body is missing? In today's video, we're going to explore 3 essential minerals that your body desperately needs, not just to function well, but to help you feel free again. Free from constant discomfort, free to move, garden, stretch, and smile, without flinching at every step. These minerals aren't expensive, they're not hidden in exotic supplements, they're natural, science-backed, and best of all, simple to integrate into daily life. We'll talk about what they are, how they work, why most older adults are unknowingly deficient in them, and precisely what you can do today to turn the tide. So, grab a warm cup of tea, sit, and get comfortable. Because this isn't just about minerals, it's about reclaiming your energy, mobility, and the little joys that pain has quietly taken away. Are you ready to take the first step? Let's begin. Before we dive deeper, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever tried a natural remedy or a mineral supplement for joint pain? What's helped you feel better or hasn't worked? Drop your experience in the comments below. This channel is all about learning from each other, and your story might inspire someone else who's struggling. Now, let's examine why these 3 minerals make such a big difference for people like you. Why minerals matter more than ever after 50. Let's talk about something often overlooked in aging conversations: minerals. Now, you might be thinking, I eat pretty well, I don't need extra minerals, right? But here's the truth: as we age, our bodies don't absorb nutrients like they used to. Even with a healthy diet, it becomes harder for our system to pull in what it needs from food alone. Why does that happen? Well, several reasons. Our stomach acid naturally decreases after 50, making breaking down food and releasing those essential nutrients more challenging. Medications, which many of us rely on, can also block absorption, and let's not forget, we tend to eat less as our appetites change, so we're taking in fewer nutrients. Let me give you a quick example. My neighbor Mary is 67, she walks every day, eats balanced meals, and avoids junk food, but despite all that, she started waking up with stiff fingers and sore knees. Turns out she was low in magnesium, and didn't even know it until her doctor suggested a blood test. She started making small changes, adding leafy greens, taking a gentle supplement, and drinking more water. Within weeks, the difference was noticeable, not just in her joints, but also in her mood and sleep. It wasn't magic, it was minerals. The lesson here is simple: you don't have to wait for a big health scare to start giving your body the support it quietly needs. Sometimes the missing piece isn't a new medication, it's something much simpler, already within reach. So, now that we understand why minerals matter more as we age, let's take a closer look at the specific ones your body may be silently asking for. First up, magnesium is the quiet hero of joint relief and deep sleep. Let's explore why this one might change your mornings for the better. Magnesium, the invisible ally for pain-free joints. Let's begin with a mineral that often works behind the scenes: magnesium. It may not get the spotlight like calcium or vitamin D, but trust me, magnesium is one of the most powerful tools you can give your body, especially if you live with joint pain or stiffness. Here's the thing: magnesium doesn't just help with bones, it is quiet but essential in calming inflammation, relaxing tight muscles, and supporting deep healing sleep. If you've ever felt like your joints are constantly inflamed, or your legs cramp at night and wake you from sleep, that might be your body whispering, I need more magnesium. And sadly, studies show that up to 70% of adults over 50 are deficient in magnesium, often without knowing it. Why? Because it gets flushed out by common medications, stress, alcohol, and even caffeine. Plus, many modern diets are low in magnesium-rich foods to begin with. But here's the good news: it's easy to start replenishing. You can boost your levels naturally through food. Think leafy greens like spinach and kale, avocados, almonds, pumpkin seeds, and even a little dark chocolate. If you prefer supplements, look for magnesium glycinate or magnesium citrate. These are gentle on the stomach and easy to absorb. And here's a small but powerful tip: magnesium works even better when your body is hydrated, so if you're supplementing, ensure you drink enough clean water daily. Magnesium may not be flashy, but it's mighty. It doesn't just help you move. It enables you to rest, recover, and rebuild. And when your body feels rested, healing becomes easier. Ready to meet the next joint-supporting mineral? Let's discuss zinc, your cartilage's best friend and immunity's bodyguard. Zinc, the unsung hero of cartilage repair. Now, let's talk about a mineral that's often overlooked, but plays a massive role in keeping your joints strong and your immune system balanced. Zinc. Zinc sounds like something you only need during the cold season. But if you're dealing with arthritis, stiffness, or chronic inflammation, this mineral does far more than you might think. Let's break it down. Your joints are cushioned by cartilage, a soft, flexible tissue that helps bones glide smoothly. But as we age, that cartilage naturally starts to wear down. And if inflammation is present, like in osteoarthritis or rheumatoid arthritis, it wears down even faster. That's where zinc steps in. Zinc is a key player in collagen production, the building block of cartilage. Without enough zinc, your body struggles to repair and rebuild joint tissue. Zinc helps regulate the immune system, which is especially important if your arthritis is autoimmune, like RA. It tells the immune system, hey, those joints aren't the enemy. Calm down. What's more, people with chronic inflammation often have lower zinc levels, and it becomes a vicious cycle. Inflammation drains your zinc, but you need zinc to fight it. So, how do we fix that? You can start with food: pumpkin seeds, chickpeas, cashews, lentils if you enjoy seafood. Oysters are a zinc powerhouse. Beef, turkey, and eggs are also great options. If you're going the supplement route, look for zinc picolinate or zinc gluconate. They're easier to absorb. And remember this tip: don't take zinc on an empty stomach. It can cause nausea. Also, try not to take it simultaneously as calcium. They compete for absorption. Here's a quick story. My friend Joe, age 68, started adding zinc into his routine. Within weeks, he noticed less morning stiffness and more bounce in his step. Now he swears by his handful of pumpkin seeds every morning. What's the takeaway? Zinc isn't just about cold prevention. It's your body's repairman. It rebuilds, reinforces, and restores what arthritis tries to break down. And next, we'll meet one of the most surprising minerals of all: boron. You may not have heard much about it, but it might be the missing piece your joints have been waiting for. Boron, the overlooked mineral that changes everything. Here's a name you probably haven't heard much in health conversations: boron. It sounds like something from high school chemistry, but don't let the name fool you. Boron is a quiet but powerful ally for your joints, bones, and hormones. So, what exactly does boron do? Think of it as a team player. Boron helps your body use magnesium, calcium, and vitamin D more efficiently. If you're already taking those supplements, but not seeing the results you hoped for, boron might be the missing puzzle piece. But that's not all. Boron also helps reduce the activity of certain enzymes that trigger inflammation in arthritic joints. That means less swelling, less grinding pain, and more movement freedom. And here's something significant for women. As estrogen levels drop after menopause, joint pain and bone loss often increase. Boron helps balance hormones, supporting both estrogen and testosterone in healthy ways. Let me share a story. Sandra, 64, had been doing everything right, eating well, walking daily, taking calcium and vitamin D, but she still felt sore and stiff every morning. After reading about boron, she ate more prunes and almonds and added a low-dose supplement. Within a few weeks, she called it a quiet transformation. Her joints felt less angry, and her energy returned. So, where can you find boron? Look no further than your kitchen. Dried fruits like prunes, raisins, and apricots are excellent sources. So are apples, pears, almonds, and even avocados. If you opt for a supplement, 3 to 6 milligrams daily is often enough. But always check with your healthcare provider if you're on other medications. Here's the gentle truth: boron isn't flashy. You won't see it in big marketing campaigns, but it works quietly behind the scenes, helping your bones hold on to strength, your joints stay limber, and your whole system calmed down. Now that we've explored these three powerful minerals, it's time to connect the dots and ask an important question. Are you absorbing what you're taking? Let's take a look. Are you absorbing what you take? Mineral bioavailability, 1 and 1. Now that you know which minerals can help your joints feel better, let's talk about something just as important: absorption. Because here's the reality. It's not about what you take. It's about what your body absorbs. You could be eating the healthiest meals or taking top quality supplements, but you won't get the full benefit if your body doesn't absorb those nutrients. This is what health experts call bioavailability. It simply means how much of a nutrient your body can genuinely use. And for folks over 50, bioavailability becomes a big deal. Why? As we age, stomach acid naturally decreases, which makes it harder to break down minerals from food. Plus, common medications like antacids, blood pressure pills, or even diuretics can block absorption without us realizing it. And let's not forget dehydration. If we're not drinking enough water, even the best supplements struggle to do their job. So, how can you help your body absorb minerals better? Here are a few gentle but powerful tips. Always take supplements with food unless your doctor says otherwise. It helps your body digest and absorb them more smoothly. Don't take zinc and calcium at the same time. They compete for absorption, so give them separate time slots. During the day, stay hydrated. Water helps transport nutrients where they need to. Choose bioavailable minerals like magnesium glycinate or zinc picolinate over cheaper options like magnesium oxide or zinc sulfate. Here's a real-life tip. My Aunt Linda started drinking warm water before meals and spacing out her supplements. She didn't change what she took, just how she took it, and guess what? Her energy came back and her digestion improved within weeks. Lesson: sometimes it's not about doing more, it's about doing smarter. And speaking of real-life changes, let me share a few inspiring stories from people who made these minerals part of their daily lives. And what happened next? Real-life stories. How these minerals changed lives. Sometimes the best proof isn't found in studies or statistics. It's in real people, living real lives, making small changes that lead to significant results. Let me share a few heartwarming stories that truly show the power of these minerals. Meet Barbara. She's 71, retired, and used to love tending her backyard garden. But over the past year, arthritis in her knees made walking across the lawn painful. She tried medications, creams, and even physical therapy, but something still felt missing. A friend recommended she look into magnesium, so Barbara started adding spinach to her lunch, took a magnesium glycinate supplement before bed, and drank more water. Within 2 weeks, she noticed she was sleeping better. By week 4, she could kneel to plant flowers again without tears. It felt like I got a little piece of my life back, she said, smiling. Then there's Gerald, 66, a retired firefighter. Years of hard physical work left his joints aching and his mornings slow. After watching a video on joint health, he decided to try adding zinc-rich foods to his diet: pumpkin seeds, lentils, and eggs. He also took a low-dose zinc supplement with lunch, never on an empty stomach. In less than a month, he noticed he wasn't as stiff when getting out of bed. He even signed up for a local walking group. It's not a miracle, he said, but it gave me momentum, and that made all the difference. And finally, Lena, 69, a retired teacher, was skeptical about boron, but after adding dried apricots and almonds to her breakfast, and taking a boron supplement with her vitamin D, her joint flare-ups became less frequent. She said it best: it didn't happen overnight, but I started moving like myself again. These aren't celebrity endorsements, they're everyday folks like you who chose to listen to their bodies and try something natural. The takeaway: you don't have to overhaul your life. One small change can ripple through your body in powerful ways. Next, we'll talk about when natural isn't always safe and what you need to know before adding supplements to your routine. Watch out when minerals become dangerous. Now, while minerals can do wonders for your health, let's take a moment to talk about the other side of the coin, because, yes, even something as natural as magnesium or zinc can become harmful if taken incorrectly, in the wrong amount, or at the wrong time. You see, more doesn't always mean better. Our bodies only need small amounts of minerals, and taking too much can stress your kidneys, upset your stomach, or even interfere with medications you might be on. Let's go over a few gentle but essential precautions first. Check your current medications. Some blood pressure meds, diuretics, and antacids can interact with magnesium or zinc. If you're taking prescription drugs regularly, talk to your doctor or pharmacist before adding a new supplement. Second, watch the dosage. The daily safe limits for supplements are surprisingly low. Magnesium, no more than 30-50 mg per day from supplements. Zinc, not more than 40 mg per day unless directed by a doctor. Boron, stick to 3 to 6 mg per day. Too much zinc, for example, can cause nausea or even suppress your immune system, the very thing you're trying to support. And if you've ever had kidney issues or take medications that affect calcium or electrolyte balance, you'll want to be especially cautious with magnesium. Lastly, don't mix competing minerals. Taking calcium and zinc together can limit how well your body absorbs them. Space them out by a few hours instead. Think of this like tuning an instrument. You're not blasting your body with sound, you're gently adjusting the strings to create harmony. Lesson here: even natural tools need wise handling, so be gentle, be smart, and always listen to how your body responds. And now that you know how to use these minerals safely, let's wrap it all up with a simple daily routine you can follow to give your joints the support they deserve. 8. The Joint Saving Routine. Your daily checklist for mineral support. So, you've learned about magnesium, zinc, and boron. You've heard the stories, seen the science, and maybe you feel inspired. But here's the big question. How do you make this part of your daily life without overthinking it? Let's keep it simple and doable, because small steps lead to significant change. Here's a gentle joint-saving routine you can try starting tomorrow morning. Morning boost. Add a handful of pumpkin seeds or almonds to your breakfast. Zinc and boron in one easy step. Take your vitamin D and boron supplement together with food. These two work beautifully as a team. Midday energy. For lunch, include a leafy green like spinach or kale, a natural source of magnesium. If supplementing zinc, take it with lunch, never on an empty stomach, and not at the same time as calcium. Evening recovery. Enjoy a light dinner with more veggies or even a small avocado. Take a magnesium glycinate supplement with a glass of water about 30 minutes before bed. It helps relax muscles, calm your mind, and supports deep sleep. Bonus tips. Keep a small joint journal. Jot down how your body feels each day. Over time, you may notice subtle improvements: less stiffness, better mood, and deeper sleep. Stay consistent. Natural support takes time, but the results build quietly and steadily. Here's the truth: you don't need a complete life overhaul. You need a few mindful habits done daily with love and patience. Because your joints aren't just bones and cartilage. They're part of how you show up, move, hug, play, garden, and enjoy the world around you. And with the proper support, they can carry you easily for years. Let's take a moment to reflect. You've just discovered 3 essential minerals: magnesium, zinc, and boron, each offering quiet but powerful support to your joints and overall well-being. We talked about why minerals matter more after 50, how magnesium calms inflammation, how zinc rebuilds and protects cartilage, and how boron supports absorption and hormonal balance, especially as we age. You've heard real stories from real people. Folks just like you who made minor changes and started to feel better, sleep deeper, and move more easily. And now you've got a daily checklist you can follow. Simple natural steps to support your joints and take back your comfort. So, here's what I invite you to do. Check mark. Try just one thing from today's video. Maybe it's adding a handful of seeds to your breakfast. Perhaps it's taking your magnesium with water tonight. Start small, but start. Share your thoughts in the comments below. What mineral are you most excited to try first? Your story could help someone else take their first step too. If you found this helpful, give it a like, subscribe for more real, practical health insights delivered gently and with heart. And remember, you don't have to live in constant pain. Relief doesn't always come from a pill bottle or surgery. Sometimes it comes from giving your body what it's quietly been asking for all along. You're not alone on this journey. I'm cheering for you every step of the way. Take care and I'll see you in the next.